welcome to another episode here at Deep Mountain Security. Today I want to go over account policy, password policies on your computer. This is more geared towards Windows 10, either the Pro, Education, or Enterprise versions, because those have group policies, which is what we're going to be using today. And yeah, so let's get started. So first of all, this probably won't make much of a difference to you unless you share your computer with other people in your household. You know, if you have like a main computer, maybe a couple of computers that you kind of share amongst, maybe spouses and children's, then it might be a good idea to maybe set some password policies to ensure that everybody is using good passwords. So let's go ahead and open up our Gpedit .msc. There's other ways to get to this. If you type in Gpedit, you can find it right there as well. But anyway, so then we're going to go down to Windows settings under computer configuration. You can also do it by user, but we're going to go under computer. So that way it does things for the entire computer under security settings and then account policies. You're going to notice we've got a lockout policy and a password policy. So you could technically do either one of these. So a couple of things in here. Let's go ahead and just start at the top and go work our way down. Enforce password history. So this is, and these generally have a little explanation on it or whatever. But anyways, so password history is like, say I change my password and then 2 weeks from now I change my password again, and 2 weeks from that I change my password again. I'm just changing my password a lot. Come, 10 weeks or so down the road, am I going to be able to use that first password I used? And that will be determined by the number of passwords I have and the number of passwords I want to remember. So, if we're remembering, let's see here. Apparently you can't go more than 24. But you can go up to 24. And so if we do that and hit apply and then okay. So now I have to cycle through 24 passwords before I can reuse my passwords again. But you shouldn't be reusing passwords or passphrases. What's what you should be using. So 24 is probably fine. For me, at least. You might want to change it if you recycle passwords every so often, or from your kids, or who knows what. Maximum password age. So this means, how long do I have to wait before I can change my password? So, here's how long my password's going to be before it expires. We could go down to 0 days in which the password will not expire. Or we can go like, what is the max? 999 days, which is about 2.5 years, I think. 3 almost? I don't know. Close to 3 years, I suppose, ish. No? Yeah? I don't know. Anyways, so, you could set it to expire in like forever if you wanted to, or, what this does, so this is, so my password will now expire in 999 days. Click OK. Minimum password age. Minimum password age. This is how long do I have to wait before I can change my password. So if I set this to 7 days, then if I change my password today, I cannot change it for another week. Why might you want to do this? Well, remember this 24 passwords that we have remembered up here? Some people might be able to get around that if they can just change the password 24 times in one sitting. But if you make them wait 24 weeks before getting back to their password, they're probably not going to want to do that. They're going to be relatively unhappy and probably upset and probably come and yell at you or who knows what, So 0 is, apply, change it right. I can change it right now, or we can go down to 998 days because that's one less than 999 days. You can't change your password for 2 years. Bad idea. Don't do that. Minimum password length. This is minimum password length. What is the minimum number of characters you can have in a password? Is it 8? Is it 10? Is it 37? Apparently 14 is the max. Thank you, Windows, for making that crazy. But that's fine because you can make it longer than 14. It just has to be at least 14. Yes, people would hate creating a 15-character password if it was required of them. I don't know. Most of my passwords are actually 30 to 60 characters long, roughly, I suppose. The places that will allow a 60-character password, at least, that's what they get. Anyway, so you could say password must be at least 14 characters long, and hit apply and hit OK. And that's not gonna bug me right now because the password I'm using on this box is actually longer than 14 characters. Complexity requirements. So this is probably like the most in-depth of all of them. So we can go ahead and click enabled or disabled. So what this does, and there's other ways to change this as well, to change what the complexity is. But as explained right here, you have to have, if you enable this or choose to enable this, then what you get is you have to, whatever password you come up with can't contain more than 2 consecutive characters as in your account name or your full name. It has to be at least 6 characters long. You know, you can override that with the minimum password length, which we set to 14 characters. And then you have to contain characters from at least 3 of the 4 categories: capital, lowercase numbers, and special characters. So when we can create other policies that will change what these complexities are, but this is the default stuff, so we can just leave it or whatever, and we can hit apply the disabledness and click OK. We could have changed it to whatever, you know. Store passwords using reversible encryption. This is kind of weird, and you probably don't want to do this, which is why it is disabled by default. What this allows you to do is it uses a kind of unencryptable password. So, pretty much, this allows you to decrypt passwords. This is a big no-no. This is like a bad thing. Like, unless you have very extenuating circumstances or are playing around with stuff and want to break things and find your own passwords that you have added, this should definitely be disabled. Any website that stores your password, period, whether it be Google or Amazon or anywhere technically that stores your password, they should not be storing your password in like a list of users or a list of anything where, you know, they can unencrypt the password and, you know, from their server figure out what your password is. That's like a big no-no in like industry. Like, you should not be doing that. If you're doing that, you should stop doing that because reversible encryption is bad. You know, you should not be using it unless you absolutely have to for some stupid reason, which I hope you should never have one. What should be happening is you should type in a password to a website. It should use that to generate a one-way hash, preferably something that has not been broken yet, like SHA-256 or something. And then you should never be able to find your password on their website, in a cookie, or anywhere. You should send your password to their site. They should run a hash and see if it matches their current hash when they're logging you in. They should not be going, okay, here's his password he gave us. We'll unencrypt his current password and see if they match. No, that's bad. Very bad. So don't do that. Yeah, so kind of short today, but not bad, you know? So yeah. Oh, I guess we could go over account lockout policy too. So lockout duration, if we enable account lockout threshold to like 99, bad login attempts, suggested values or whatever. So now logout duration is 30 minutes. We can change this to 2 or whatever. What this is if we have account lockout threshold enabled, I'm just going to apply this so we can see here. And then also reset the reset account lockout after 2. And we can actually change this up to 3. I'll explain why in a second. Let's change that back down to 2. Hit apply. Hit cancel. No. Okay. Whatever. That's fine. So essentially what this says is when we have an account lockout threshold, if I type my password incorrectly 99 times, then I'm going to be locked out for 2 minutes. Okay. So, if you can manage to type 99 passwords in under 2 minutes, then you will get locked out. Probably not going to happen because I doubt many of you can enter passwords in that fast. Or Windows can handle it that fast. Or your computer is nice enough with enough rated SSDs in line to make it fast enough where you could do that kind of brute forcing on a Windows machine. Probably not going to happen. But anyways, if we set that to something larger or something smaller, then yeah. So after 99 invalid login attempts, I will be locked out of my account for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, my lockout counter will reset, and this will drop from 99 back to 0, and I will have another 2 minutes in which I can enter in 99 times again. Ha 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 ha. Okay. That was bad. But anyways, you guys get the idea. You can set a lockout duration. So if your child is attempting to hack into your password, even though there's easier ways to hack into it, but if they're trying to brute force it and just type in a bunch of different things, guessing or whatever, you can set it to lock your account and they can't log in. Of course, you can also use this to DDoS people. I won't say whether or not I did that when I was a kid in high school or anything. But yeah, you can lock out people's accounts or your own account if you type the password incorrectly for, 10 to 30 minutes or whatever it's set to. So yeah, be wise with how you use this. Don't use it for anything bad or do it anywhere you do not have authorization or permission or another user's account to do it on. Thank you so much for watching here at Deep Mountain Security. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful Valentine's Day.